Taking these weeds out could be a problem, but a local company has the right tools to keep these weeds from spreading. As young as these culinary students are, they take their job seriously. Some say they could be your next favorite chef. MVM interns do many tasks, just like checking if the chicken laid some eggs. This dry weather may increase the chance of you getting a mosquito bite. However, using this mosquito repellent may protect you from getting one. Friends of Andrew Jaramillo console each other at the site where he died right after midnight. Andrew was popular and his friends say he was a mentor who loved a good party.
A crazy, fun guy to hang out with, would always make people laugh. Like every time you were with him, you would just be laughing the whole time.
Police say Andrew was riding his motorcycle very fast when he ran a stop sign at the intersection of Kansas and Solano and crashed into a pickup driven by Corey Gillespie, who was described as his friend. Police say witnesses reported that Jaramillo was performing stunts on his motorcycle before the crash, something he was known for.
He was pretty wild on his motorcycle. You know, he could do stand-up wheelies and cyclones and stuff like that, certain kind of tricks.
In fact, he frequently taught others how to do stunts.
He would go around the nation and, perform stunts at competitions.
According to his friends, he will be missed, and some of his friends still don't believe he's not here anymore.
It's very hard just to see him, and then the next he's gone.
News of his death traveled fast. All afternoon, people came to the site to pay their respect. Code officers like Randy Delao are driving block to block checking for out-of-control weeds. Public Information Officer Dan Trujillo says tall weeds make the community look trashy, and that's what the city wants to avoid.
The city has ordinances to keep the city beautiful, to keep it looking great, and it hurts property values.
After Code Officer Delao issues a warning, residents have a week to clean it up, or else they could be getting a ticket.
It's a mandatory court appearance if you do get a citation, and the fines range up to $500 and/or up to 90 days in jail.
Taking these weeds out could be a problem, but a local company has the right tools to keep these weeds from spreading.
It's much safer to hire a real business to do it than it would be to get out there and try to do it yourself, but it's not that complicated.
Clean Cut owner Job Soulsby says he gets a handful of calls every day from people who've received a warning and want to avoid being cited. Soulsby says that's the result he hopes for, a cleaner community without giving tickets. Tattoos are more popular than ever. What used to be common only among merchant marines and world-traveling vagabonds are now decorating the bodies of cheerleaders and student council members. But the military is getting tired of it. Each branch in the military is implementing its own tattoo policies. Marine Corps recruiter Sergeant Sean McNally says the days of unregulated tattoos are gone.
What each service is really looking for, especially with the exceptionally qualified applicants that we are looking for these days, we're looking for a cleaner image anymore.
Tattoos are still allowed, but with a tighter policy. Sergeant McNally says he has turned down close to 40 people this year because of tattoos. Marine Corps look for are tattoos that don't come within 2 inches above your wrist, not on the collarbone, or a tattoo that you cannot cover it with your hand. Marine Sergeant John Brooken's tattoos would not be allowed today, but his tattoos were grandfathered in so he can stay in the Corps.
For me to come onto recruiting duty, it actually took me about 6 months of waivers to be able to get my tattoos crossed because I'm out in the community and I'm representing the Marine Corps.
But those who decide to break the rules today can be kicked out of the Marines. More Americans are supporting recreational marijuana, giving rise to the prediction that it could soon be legal nationwide. Mental health counselor Coral Grady says even though marijuana is less harmful than alcohol, it still damages the brain.
Marijuana has a longer detox period, but more people die of alcohol addiction.
Both substances have an effect on drivers. She says alcohol is responsible for many more fatal wrecks.
People driving under the influence of marijuana Usually you'll see people driving a lot slower.
Advocate Peter Jones says he uses marijuana to release pain.
Put me on prescription medication, and I just didn't really like the after effects. Kind of made me sick. So someone suggested start smoking weed.
There is a benefit to smoking marijuana. People that have cancer and that are dying of cancer and they're in terrible pain.
Unlike marijuana, Grady says alcohol damages every organ in your body. But she says there are also drawbacks to marijuana. She cites studies that show people who regularly smoke pot from an early age have lower IQs.